Welcome everyone. Let's go for some rules and procedures. I see that some students are joining us right now. Let's go. Well, firstly, I think would it be more convenient if I keep on this presentation em português, just so everyone can understand. E, primeiramente, eu gostaria de convidar vocês a ficarem à vontade para fazer perguntas que vocês tiverem relacionadas à cultura da convidada, enfim, a culinária do seu país, os países que ela já viajou, sobre o que ela estuda. Fiquem à vontade para interagir. E, claro, busquem trazer um ambiente que seja respeitoso, utilizem uma comunicação que seja realmente saudável e também, claro, busquem evitar trazer debates, né, perguntas que sejam talvez acaporadas, debates que possam ser relacionados a questões sobre políticas relacionadas à guerra especificamente. Claro que você pode ficar à vontade de perguntar sobre alguma coisa passada sobre o país. Acho que é uma fonte excelente disso aqui com o convidado, mas busquem evitar trazer perguntas sobre tópicos delicados, até mesmo sobre religiões. Acho que é algo válido de se mencionar. E aproveite essa oportunidade para se divertir, para praticar o listening, para praticar o speaking e tudo que vocês tiveram aprendendo com o aplicativo nos últimos dias. E enquanto alguém estiver falando, tipo, busquem mandar um emoji de coração, um like, um parabéns, ou fale no chat que a pessoa mandou muito bem na pergunta, para engajar aqui realmente e ter um senso de comunidade. E antes de prosseguir, eu gostaria de perguntar se vocês conseguem me ouvir bem, se meu áudio tá bom. Tá tudo ok? Perfeito. Aí, aí eu gostaria de trazer mais uma dica que eu acho muito legal vocês utilizarem enquanto vocês estiverem aqui na chamada, que é o botão de legendas. Então, com esse botão você consegue visualizar aqui as legendas escritas e o que está sendo falado pelo convidado, que é muito legal, que assim você consegue ler também e praticar o seu listening e reading ao mesmo tempo. E assim, claro que você vai aproveitar muito dos pontos que estão sendo falados na chamada. Well, so I'll be moderating this session and translating everything just so everyone can feel included and understand what's going on. So if you have a question, if you would like to bring up anything, you can feel free to raise your hand here in the room, and I'll be taking the question and bringing it to our guest. And now I'd like to ask for our guest to introduce herself and tell a little bit more about her, about what does she do, what she study, what are her hobbies, what are her personal interests. I don't know. Just feel free.
Yes, thank you so much. Hello, everyone, and I'm happy to see everyone here. Sorry that my account is listed as traveler. I joined in a different account, but my name is Riya Soth. I am from Cambodia. Currently, I am a university student at Minerva University. I am now in London, United Kingdom, and I study business and economic. I'm interested in global business and big corporates, their market entry, all of those aspects. And my hobbies, I like arts, I like to travel around, and something that I just tried very recently is baking bread and cookies. So I'm learning more in this past weeks. Happy to talk to everyone.
Nice hobby. Well, thank you for introducing yourself. Bom, então traduzindo um pouco sobre a introdução da Ria, ela primeiramente só fez um comentário ali que o nome dela tá como Traveler, mas é porque ela entrou numa conta diferente, mas vocês podem chamar ela de Ria mesmo. E ela estuda em Minerva e atualmente está em Londres, e ela faz o curso de Business e Economia. E ela gosta muito da parte financeira da administração de empresas. E nos últimos meses, um dos hobbies que ela esteve praticando com uma frequência muito alta, assim, que ela está gostando muito, é de assar pão e assar cookies também. Perfeito. So, nice to meet you, Ria. Not exactly nice to meet you because you have been on other sessions here before, but we always have different in new settings here in our community. Well, so firstly, I would like to bring a question. Maybe could you tell a little bit more about your musical taste? Like, what do you hear? What are your favorite artists? What are your favorite songs? And maybe what's the last song you have heard before coming to this session?
Thanks for the question. I think I listen to a good mix of music. I like more indie songs and um overall it's a very random mix. There's this one artist that I really like called Monster and Men. I'm not sure if anybody hear of them, but they make more traditional kind of woody vibe, like some songs that you would feel like you hear in an old fantasy movies. And another artist that I enjoy, which is almost a contradict of that, is an artist called Lanny. In fact, I went to his concert 2 years ago and watched him perform live. His songs are more country, modern, sad boys vibe. So I think it's really a mix.
Okay. So it's like a mix of India artists and like country. Right. Bom, então eu perguntei primeiramente para a Riya qual que é o seu gosto musical, quais tipos de artistas, de músicas que ela gosta. Ela disse que ela gosta muito de ouvir alguns artistas que não são tão populares, e um deles é uma banda que chama Monsters and Men. E o outro é Lenny, que é um cantor de country, que ela inclusive assistiu uma performance ao vivo dele. Perfect. So now I think it would be convenient for you sitting to already start making the questions if you have anything to ask for our guest. So ask about her culture, where does she come from, or anything like that. You can feel free to ask. Então, agora, se vocês tiverem alguma dúvida, alguma pergunta, fazer diretamente para a Ria, vocês podem ficar à vontade para levantar as mãos aqui no Meet, que vocês terão a oportunidade de falar diretamente com ela. E, claro, se vocês necessitarem de ajuda, eu estou aqui para apoiar vocês. Perfect. So now I think I can bring more questions before the students do it. And I think my second question for you would be, what are the top 3 places you think you should miss when visiting Cambodia?
Top three places to visit in Cambodia.
Yeah. Can I also add something like, if
Mhm.
you would like to, you can also share your screen.
Oh,
Let's see.
okay. I would love to share that. Give me 1 second. So, um, my country is located in Southeast Asia. If anyone know about Thailand and Vietnam, we are in between them. We are a smaller country, but we are very rich in culture. And one of the most famous site is this temple called Angkor Wat. It is built like 600, 700 to, I don't know, a long time ago. And um, a lot of tourists would come here, mostly international, to look. And we also appear in like Tom Raider, like Cambodian temple, Angelina Jolie. I don't know which one it was, but there was like a film called Tom Raider where they took place in the temples, and you could see one of it is like very old, but has a tree growing on top of it. So it was known as one of those like movie styles place. And another place I think um we also have like great views of greens and the mountain area, and also I think we have pretty nice beach too. I don't know why the Google image today look very weird, but usually you would get better result because yeah, something that I like about Cambodian beaches is that we are very close to seafood and how fresh it is. It's like I could see them taking it out from the sea and cooking it right in front of me. So that's like how fresh seafood could get. That's why I really enjoy the beaches as well. Just well for the seafood and the view. yes, I can stop sharing. If you have any questions, I would love to answer more. If anyone wanna visit Cambodia, have planned to, I'm happy to talk more.
Interesting. I love these places. Could you like drop the name of these other places here in the chat? I have already
Mhm.
put the anchor button.
Oh yes,
If you could, mhm, thank you.
I'll do that.
So, just to add, apenas adicionando, a Camboja é um país particularmente bem pequeno, e ele fica no meio de Taiwan e Vietnã. E lá eles têm vários monumentos e locais assim, específicos, por exemplo, o Angkor Wat, que é o nome que já está aqui no chat mesmo, e a Riya vai colocar mais alguns outros nomes para que vocês possam pesquisar depois. Perfeito. Now I think we can already get some questions here from the students, and I think first one is Enox. Enox, fique à vontade.
Good evening, everybody. Hello, Riya. Nice to meet you. Uh, I've heard something about your country, and I'd like to know, is Cambodia a tropical or subtropical country?
Thank you for the question. Cambodia is a tropical country. I like to say that we only have hot days and days that rain. So we don't really have like winter and spring. So it's hot all year round. Mostly the driest season is in April and it get rainy in like June, July. So it's a tropical country. It's never get colder than 22 degrees Celsius. It's yeah.
So Cambodia is, I think they're a little similar to Brazil because we, oh, I missed my presentation. I'm sorry. My name is Inox Maia. I am from Brazil. I live in the northeast region of Brazil, uh, precisely in the city of Mossoró, in the state of Rio Grande do Norte. Okay, sorry for not saying that before. uh, and I'd like to know, also ask you about your main dish that is called fish amok, and I was very curious about this plate because it's a special plate made of fish with rice and steamed in banana leaves, and I also read that is a very tasteful and flavorful uh, plate. Is it true?
I think you already say everything I need to say. That is true. I don't have anything else to say. It's a fish dish with different spices and wrapped in banana leaf. In fact, I could share the picture right now. It is one of Cambodian traditional dish. And again, Cambodia is very small, so our access to fresh products is very accessible. Um, so most of our dishes rely on having fresh ingredients, and this is one of them. Um, Fun facts, this dish is actually quite difficult to make. So usually we don't make it at home. We always go out and eat it. It's like sushi, like Japanese people don't make sushi at home. They would go out and eat it. Also learn about that. So I think it's interesting. I don't think my whole life we ever make it at home. Always go out and eat.
So is your food based on fish, especially on fish? If it's positive, where do the fish come from? The fishing or from aquaculture?
Um, that is a great question. In fact, I can answer that by showing you Cambodia map. And as you can see, we have this one very big lake that is like probably
Nice.
5% of the whole Cambodia, and I would say that's where most of our fish come from. A lot of them wild caught, but I know there's farm to make sure the fish is provided all year round, because I think during when the fish has egg, like during that season, hatching seasons, we ban a lot of fishing to make sure that the system is sustainable. But great question.
Okay, thank you. The last question is, does Cambodia have any kind of relationship with Brazil? What I mean is that
Mhm.
there are some trading between Cambodia and Brazil. If Cambodia exports something to Brazil and import something from Brazil.
That is another great question. I don't think I know enough to answer. How about I Google really quick to see Cambodia and Brazil relationship or trading maybe. I think mm, soybeans. So this is like
Soybean.
more Cambodia to more Brazil to Cambodia.
Okay, good. Because
So
Brazil is the top producer and export of soya in the
mm,
world. It's the top, the number one.
I never know that.
Uh,
I learned something new.
yeah, that's true. Uh, Also, another way is Brazil is a global leader in producing, um, besides soya, also corn and
Mm,
what more, especially related to meat, like cattle meat
oh, to
and pork and the poultry. Brazil is a really great world offer of meat products. Thank you for your answers. Really nice to see from you, to
thank
hear
you
from
for the
you. Thank you
question.
so
I
much.
thank you. I learned something new today as well. And I guess I can give you an answer. We export textiles to Brazil. I did
Oh
another
yeah,
quick check. So clothes, maybe sometime you might see made in Cambodia, but
some
probably a small
garments,
amount.
garments
Garments.
too.
Mhm. Yes, yes, that's correct.
Okay, thank you a bunch.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Max. And next, I would like to follow up to Durval. Fique à vontade, por favor.
Good evening, everyone. Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Durval. I live in Sorocaba City, São Paulo State. And I have one question for you. How many languages do you speak? And do you like animals? Do you have any pets?
Thank you for the question. I speak Khmer. It is my native language spoken only in Cambodia. And I speak English. And I speak a little bit of Japanese because in high school I went to live in Japan for a while, almost a year, where I learned and speak Japanese. But because I didn't get to practice it a lot, it's gone. I cannot speak very well, but I could understand. And for pets, I wish I had some, but growing up, my parents always say, we don't need more pet. We raised you guys, like me and my sibling, and that's enough of work. So I never had pet, but I would love to have like cats.
Okay, okay. And you, 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 your parents live in Cambodia. I'm curious about what your father do.
Um, he work in office, so he do like documentings and
Working,
registering. Hmm.
and what your father do in working? What your profession, your father?
So he work in the government. I think I can share that much.
Okay, okay. Uh, thank you so much. Okay. I
Thank
wish
you.
good luck for you. Okay. Bye
Appreciate
bye.
that.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you for your question, Rival. Let me see. Next, we got Thiago Chitara. Ou Chitara, pode me corrigir.
The first one. Uh, does everyone in Cambodia know how to speak English? It's common for younger people.
I would say a lot of younger people in cities know how to speak English to a certain level. Because a lot of people maybe back 10 years ago believed you need English to be successful. So they would put their kids in school, me included. So younger people do speak English. And if you go to tourist places, I think a lot of people speak English than some country nearby.
Get it. Thank you. It's
Got
all.
it. I just want to make sure that everyone's listening to me. Is it okay? Okay, thank you. Ok, so next we got Kling. Fique à vontade.
Hi, everyone. Uh, are you now on a week off? You understand me? Are you on a week off?
Week off, like holiday?
Not a holiday. You study in Minerva.
Yes.
My daughter also study in Minerva. And this week,
Oh,
she is on a week off. Then she
yes.
travel.
It,
She's studying in English, like you,
mhm.
and she went to Italy.
Oh, do you know what year she graduates? Like what year she's studying right now?
Uh, Next year,
So she's a third year student this year.
I think so. The 3 year.
Oh, yes.
Next, she will go to Germany and
Yes,
return to USA to finish.
that's also my plan. Yes. This week is our break, so we have 1 week
Great.
with no class. Yes, that's correct.
Have you traveled anywhere?
I plan to. I will I'm submitting my assignment today. I just submit at 11 p.m. before joining this call. So I will travel from the day after tomorrow.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I love your background.
You.
Okay, so where are you going this week? Like, I think you couldn't get that.
Oh, I'm going on day trip to Oxford and Cambridge.
Oh, Oxford and Cambridge. That's interesting. Like, I would love to get to know that. Like, the architecture is just like amazing.
I'm
Uh,
looking forward to see the university as well. Growing up as a kid, I would have a thick dictionary that are either Oxford Dictionary or Cambridge Dictionary. So I'm like excited to see it.
Have fun. Next, Elvis, fique à vontade.
Hi, Riya. Nice to meet you. My question is about your career. Do you have something in mind, like which country do you want to live in and build in your career, and what is your goals?
Yes, nice to meet you. Thanks for the question. I am interested in global business. So when a big corporate, a big company bring their products to a new market, I'm very interested to learn and to work on how they do that, who's involved, how do they expand it, how do they make money. All of those I find very interesting. And right now I'm trying to pursue that direction, especially in project management. So like a person who managed that aspect. Hopefully I can work in the US because I go to a school in the US, so I can work there for a little bit. And let's see how it goes from there.
Okay. Thank you for your answer and good luck in your career.
Thank you so much.
Well, so I think my laptop's kind of like lagging it. Like, I don't know what's going on. Uh, so I think I got one more question here. So, how's your capstone project going?
Wow, I didn't expect school question here, but sure, I can take that. So to give everyone a little bit of context, for my university to graduate in year 4, we would have to make a very long project that is almost like 1 year long. It can be anything. It can be research. It can be products. It can be arts, whatever you want, depending on your major. So my idea, just previously I talked about I'm interested in big company and how they enter a new market. I want to research some of the most creative company in building their community, in building their user groups, and talk to the people in the team, learn about it, and write about it in articles. And by the end, I would combine it and create a basically a combined knowledge of how current companies has been doing it. So that's my idea so far.
That sounds so interesting, but like, how has it been the last few days? Like, have you been improving in something? Like, have you found out anything specifically about your research, about your target audience, or something like that? I don't know.
Yes. So at first I want to talk about only one company, like one company that I really love and I want to know everything about. And then I changed my mind into, oh, maybe I should pick 5 or 6 company just in case if one doesn't work, I have alternatives. And in the last few days, I'm trying to change that list of company depending on who might give me internship. So before, what do I like now? Strategy.
Oh, I got it. Well, so I think I should stop like doing professional and academic questions like that. But I'm really curious, just to add, how hard like is it to get an internship while sitting in Minerva?
It is depend on your major, depend on how you look, and depend on if you have previous internship. So right now the job market is very, very difficult. I'm sure it is the same everywhere in the world, not just in the US. Like in Cambodia, maybe in Brazil too, it's difficult to get a job, find a job, or just make money. So it's the same there's people who apply to 200 jobs and couldn't get anything in the end, and that's my fear. And currently, I have internship in a different company for the for this semester, for during the time that I study. But for the summer, I hope I can change company. So I'm looking, but overall, it's depending on the people and your major. There's a lot of tech student people who do software engineer that get faster result than me who do business.
Well, I got some echo here. That's actually interesting. Like I do think that can vary a lot in your career options, and I'm sure like for tech it's pretty much easier. So, as someone who intends to study business in econ, I feel like it is possible there are many options there, but like it's way more limited than for tech students, I think.
I think
Next, let's see. What?
just one last sentence to that. I learned this the hard way that you can get internship in the first year if you plan to study in the US and study business and econ. If you get a summer internship in the first year, it will snowball from there. Like, so put in your effort as soon as you get into school. Even people say, oh no, you should enjoy school, whatever, don't trust them.
So like when you get your first internship, you already like get chances to more opportunities later. Is that what you mean? Yeah, people usually say that you must not like work in your first year because you're supposed like to enjoy school, like you have already been stressed a lot in high school and things like that. Now that's something
Yeah.
to consider.
I didn't know it. I am the first Cambodian in Manila, and I don't have people around my network who study abroad and getting internship and all of that. So I didn't know. But I have friends who have got internship in the first year, and it really make their journey a lot easier.
Wow, thank you so much for a great piece of advice. Definitely. Well, next I would like to call on Enox.
Oh yeah, thank you. I'd like to know about your what are the main cultural or religious traditions in Cambodia?
So thank for the questions. In Cambodia, most of us are Buddhists. So 95 or 98% of all Cambodians practice Buddhism, and different Buddhists in different country is different. Like in China or in East Asia, it is different from Southeast Asia and from South Asia. So in Cambodia, I think we are pretty relaxed. We don't have dietary restrictions, and in general, people would go to pagoda, which is like church, every 15 days or during big festivals. And I think overall we are more relaxed. Yeah,
Okay, thank you.
thank you. Oh,
Thank you for a great. Mhm.
something interesting that we do in Cambodia, maybe I can share with you, is our New Year. It is in April. And the fairy tales behind the New Year is that the god has seven daughter. They are born in like Monday, Tuesday until Sunday. And then the daughter supposed no a little bit go back. So the god has seven daughter, and then he lose a trick to a human. They like playing trick or games. So he lose the trick to the human because he has to cut off his head. And every new year he would put
Cool.
his head on a tray, like a plate, and then one daughter would get that head and walk like surround the earth, as in like to protect the earth. So every new year, there's always this videos of like a film podcast on TV of like a head, like a fictional head on a tray, and people would walk around. I would love to show you. I think this is very interesting.
Really, really interesting. Thank you. Thank you so much.
I'm glad I can share.
Actually, the
So
date is like April 13th.
yeah, April 14, 15, and 16. It's the same as Thai New Year. So, back in the day, and um, I don't even know how to search for it because it's so specific. Head. Yeah, this. So, um, the idea is this, and then every new year we would have something like this broadcast on TV, and that's a part of the New Year celebration.
That's like really interesting. Like I have never seen anything like that before. Like that's so curious, you know.
Yeah,
Mhm.
so do I.
Thank you for sharing that. Next, Alex, are you done with your questions? Would you like to add anything else?
No, I finished. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, Elaine, fique à vontade, por favor.
I think
Elaine,
you're muted.
yes.
Hello, hi there.
Hello.
Thank you so much for you spend your time with us. I'm from Brazil, of course. I live in São Paulo. Here is a big city, and we have an important avenue, Avenida Paulista Avenue, Paulista Avenue. And if you have a chance, come on and visit us.
I
And
would love to.
my question for you is, you are studying at University Minerva. I'd like to know if you have time to practice or to do exercise. And if your answer is yes, what kind of sport do you like? And other, I heard that you love arts. It's true. And I'd like to know what museum that you already visited. Museum. If you know, if you went to New York, you uh, visit Metropolitan and Natural of History. In London, have Natural of History too. And
Mhm.
tell something for us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. I love the museum question. I talked about it last time too. So at Manila, I think a lot of people before they joined, they thought it would be more relaxed, but actually we spend a lot of time studying, but I do have time to go out, do some exercise. I went swimming with my roommate a lot. So I swim in high school in a swim club, and I like to do that sometimes. My coach always make fun of me saying I swim like a tourist. So not enough to compete, but just enough to enjoy vacation. And um, I do arts. I like to paint. I like to draw, and I collect postcards. I collect art pieces. In fact, in front of me is a very big piece of puzzle that I just finished. So it's of cats and kitchen. I'm not sure if you see. It
Oh,
took
it's
it took
perfect. So
Thank you.
perfect.
I think it's pretty
Beautiful.
cute. So it's just like each pieces um took me and
Amazing.
my thank you. Took me and my roommates 3-4 hours to put it all together because it's like this big. How many pieces? It is 1,000 pieces. And museums that I like to visit, I like to visit more historical museum, not so much nature and like geographic related museum, to be honest. And when I was in New York, I did visit the Met, the big Metropolitan Arts, and it took me like 2 days. I walked 8 hours because if you get to go in the future, one ticket is valid for 2 or 3 days. So you can go the first day and use the same tickets to go again. And my favorite part would be the the models that they build of old Western European styles house. So in old movie, you would see those very fancy chandelier and like wallpapers and beds and sofa that look like it's from Victoria era. I thought that was pretty. I see it in like fairy tales and stuff, so I was happy to see that. And in London, I know we have very big London Museum. And today, actually, this morning, I went to Disney 100 Year Exhibition. So Disney, the animation, the cartoon production, they are now 100 years old, and they have almost like a small museum in different cities. And I went today. It was very cool to see um, from how the first drawing, like when you make animation, it would draw on paper, and I see those, but from like 100 years ago, like the first Mickey Mouse drawn on paper, um, even how they make soundtracks, how they produce the music, and it was pretty cool to see.
Yes, it's like a travel inside the room, artist room. You are traveling and you realize what the artists are thinking about.
Hmm.
And I don't know if you know, in New York, for example, we can pay in museum what we want. If you have ID from
Mm.
at Kaplan or at some university in Metropolitan, you can pay what you want. For example, a day you can pay $3 4, but
Mm.
look, I share my ID from school, and I paid $3, for example, $3, and we can visit it a lot of times, and it's in MoMA and Metropolitan in Natural of History, cheaper for the students.
Yes, I think when this summer, so about a year ago, maybe they might change it. It's more expensive now. For students, I pay a little bit cheaper, maybe $3, $4 cheaper, but unfortunately, it's still around $16 to enter the Met. But I know in DC, Washington, DC has a lot of museum as well. They have like a whole building and separate buildings, almost a district of museum, from postcard to natural museum, and it was free. So if anyone
Yes,
really like it, it is free in DC.
some days is free. It's correct. Thank you so
Mhm.
much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Elaine. Bom, só contando um pouco agora, traduzindo para trazer um contexto um pouco melhor sobre o que foi comentado pela Riya. E normalmente a sua rotina, como estudante de Minerva, costuma ser um pouco pesada. Alguns alunos, antes de chegar até lá, acham que é uma rotina meio tranquila, mas na verdade eles acabam estudando muito tempo por fora das aulas. E ela gosta de fazendo alguns dos seus principais interesses, mas é algo que é um pouco complicado. Por exemplo, ela gosta de nadar, só que a sua coach, né, swim coach, fala que às vezes ela é como se fosse uma turista quando ela fosse nadar, quando ela vai praticar os exercícios dela, porque é realmente muito pouco tempo que ela consegue, que ela aparece ali. E ela gosta muito de artes também, e vocês devem ter notado que ela mostrou pra gente um quebra-cabeça de 1000 peças que ela montou com a roommate dela. E ela também gosta muito de museus, então ela já visitou alguns museus em Nova York, principalmente o Met, que é um museu que ela passou 2 dias por lá visitando, e ela também já visitou alguns museus em Londres também. Perfeito. Thank you, Elaine. Next, I would like to call on Alexandre.
Hi, nice to meet you. My name is Alexandre. I'm from Brazil, Belo Horizonte. I would like to ask you about Cambodia nowadays. Is a Pacific country, because I know in the past had a problem like another countries about the name, I don't know, Khmer Rouge is a big problem in Cambodia. Is nowadays it's Pacific country because the news from Cambodia nowadays is very, very nice, But in the past, I read about many complicated questions. The population, for example, overcome this question, something like that. I like history, so I would like to know about this.
Yeah, I can share on that. I think all Cambodians know the history very well because we learn it in school and it's only 45 years ago. So everyone, grandparents and most of their aunt and uncle or parents would have went through it or grow up during that time. So for everyone else who doesn't know, Khmer Rouge is a um, genocide in Cambodia 45 years ago. It's only last 3 years from 1975 to 1979. And during that time, it is a communist party that take over the country and trick everyone in the city to move to the countryside and work on rice field. And what happened is they they no longer allow people to use money. You cannot have private property, so you give away your house, your money, everything. You cannot own anything. And during that time as well, they would execute educated people. So people who are teachers or artists or people in culture, people who even speak a second language would be executed. So all of the survivors are mostly farmers, people who were originally working in the countryside or their military, or people who successfully hide their true professions. And the regime lasts 3 years. It is horrible. And after it ends, the country, Cambodia, is basically restart. Like we start using money again, and everyone just move into a random house because there's no more house owner. Probably they died. Probably there's no documents. So in fact, the house that I live, like my family home, my grandma just came in and picked that house. So yeah, it's only 45 years ago. So my mom was about my age, a little bit younger. My mom is probably 15 or 16 around that time. And if anyone wants to know more, there's a Netflix movie called First They Kill My Father. They Kill My Father, which is about the regimes. That is a story about this one family. They are very happy. They were in the military, and then the regime started, and you can see how people get evacuated, people work in the field, or how people is treated during that time. Basically, it's it's pretty accurate according to many audience. They say that it portrayed very well, and the direct was very good. So that Oh, you watched it. I guess that's how you know about the story. Yeah.
Yeah, I like this kind of movie about history. It's very interesting, but it's very uh, dark dark history in the past. But nowadays, I think it's very very nice.
Thank you. I think we all tried our best to develop and improve ourselves as a country after that. But still, a lot of old people would remind, oh, you wouldn't, mm, for example, oh, if you are picky about what you eat, my grandparents would say like, oh, you don't have anything to eat during Khmer Rouge, you would have died, so eat this and stuff like that. So I guess we experience it as a generation afterwards in a different way.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
So I was just curious, like, do you have anything else to add, like any movie, series, book recommendation where you can learn a little bit more about Cambodia,
Mm,
or maybe
I
even a song? I don't know.
yes. I think I have this one song that I think pretty hip. One.
Mm-hmm. Great. If you can just
Let
like,
me
mhm. If you just like
look.
drop the name in the chat, that would be cool.
So
Ooh.
currently there's this one artist that is very famous and makes songs that is a mix of rap, hip hop, and traditional Khmer music. So I think it shows how young artists is trying to revive the culture in their own ways. And he has a lot of fan. This music video has like 120 million view, and in Cambodia we only have 16 million people. So where the view come from?
Yeah, definitely not from Cambodia. uh, Got it. So I'm gonna like pay attention to this song later. Oh, okay. So next, I think, and lastly, we got Elvis. So Elvis, feel free.
Okay, maybe you already have the question, but I don't get the answer. And how is your daily routine of studying in Minerva? Like, do you study in the morning, in the afternoon? When is your day off or free time?
Thank you for the question. So depending on your class schedule, my classmate would have different schedule from mine. I am lucky that Monday I have no class, so I have the whole day off. But Tuesday and Thursday, I have all of my class in those 2 days. So I would wake up, go to class, eat, go to class, and then go to another class, and then prepare for the class, and then sleep. And then Wednesday, I have another day off. So in a week, I only go to school, basically have class 2 days, but that's everything in those 2 days. Yeah,
Okay, thanks again.
thank you.
Thank you. So I think we ended like exactly right on time. Like we are exactly like 9 p.m. and midnight for you, I think. So thank you everyone who have participated. I think this is a great session. We could learn more about Cambodia and many other things about academics, arts, professional side, and many things. So thanks so much everyone who have participated. And I think I don't know, maybe we're getting Riya again like in the next few weeks.